Hello and welcome back to the Nexus Gaming series. I am the Crushinator, and tonight I'm excited to bring you a Division B East matchup. We've got Start Slow Then Taper Off taking on Reset City here in our best of 3 tonight. Hope you're all doing well. Thank you all for being here, checking out my YouTube stream. If you don't already know, you can like live streams here on YouTube. Right under the video, hit that like button, let me know you're here, let me know you're enjoying what you're seeing. While you're down there, if you want to hit the subscribe button, you get the edited VOD the day after the live broadcast, you get the short form content, you get the game of the week. It's all right here in one place. So yeah, turn on your notifications and you can check it all out. If you prefer your short form videos over on TikTok, if that's your app of choice for the infinite scroll, these short videos all get mirrored over there as well. So make sure you check out that as well. Teams are getting ready. Just waiting on the last team to say go. So let's go over to map select real quick and let you know the state of the series. Alrighty. Bans are Braxis Holdout, Dragonshire, Cursed Hollow, and Infernal Shrines. First map pick here is Battlefield of Eternity, as chosen by Start Slow Then Taper Off. Teams are exchanging pleasantries in the lobby, letting them know that they're all POV streaming each other. Once they're all set, we'll get into our first draft. Excited to have a lobby that's starting somewhat on time today. It's fantastic. All right, last ready is out. The 3, 2, 1 is going down, and we'll get into our draft in just a moment. There it goes. Let's get in there. Excellent, excellent stuff. My cat is thoroughly upside down. Oh, what a guy. Yep, he's got his floppy fish back there. But yeah, in the summer he tends to just lie down there and enjoy the fan. But Battlefield of Eternity is our opening map here, Reset City. Considering their first ban, I believe I did both of these teams in the Nexomania tournament over the summer. So they should have some good practice versus each other. As Vala is our opening ban. One of our most solid heroes on Battlefield of Eternity, to be sure. So I turned down the jams in my ears there. Start Slow Then Taper Off. Cooking on this first ban. What do we got? We've got a Li Ming ban, so taking away our big Immortal Burn heroes off the top. We'll see if that trend continues or if they want to take away maybe some top tier tanks, some top tier healers. There goes that Johanna. Staple ban here at NGS so far this season, regardless of level. Nobody likes the unstoppable Johanna. Just play main tank Leoric. It's that simple. Because nobody takes Falling Sword anymore. Just saying. Main tank Leo. Gonna make a resurgence here. As people remember the counter. Start Slow Then Taper Off. Last pre-ban here. Gonna get rid of Greymane, really narrowing down those consistent damage heroes. Reset City first pick. All the healers available, so probably don't want to take that. Yeah, Hanzo, the best remaining pick to be sure, given the bans. EZK gonna lock that in. With the Hanzo, I would love to see some dive here. From Start Slow Then Taper Off. Brightwing Diablo, maybe? Fenrir gets the Brightwing. Show me Diablo. Zero Day Attack does have a tendency to pick up that Blaze, though, so that might be a priority early. Yeah, there it is. Blaze selected here for Start Slow Then Taper Off. Can never go wrong with an early pick Blaze. That does leave Diablo open for trait work, though. Locking that in. Good follow-up for a possible Dragon Arrow stun, or to set up a Dragon Arrow stun. Reset City, we'll see what they want to put alongside this Diablo. Ooh, we grab the Hogger here, Valkyrie picking that up. The meta picks are in off the top here, everything looking very top tier. I imagine we're seeing a healer ban here from start slow then taper off, unless there's something they really don't want to see. Rhaegar, Anduin. With this setup, probably Rhaegar would be the one you don't want to play against. Oh, Stukov. Okay. Stukov definitely enables the pick play style a little bit more. That silence puddle so brutal for those frontliners. Reset City, they're looking at Brightwing, they're looking at Blaze. They've already got the Diablo, and Johanna's banned. They're gonna get rid of Tychus, try to relieve some of the pressure on that front line. I feel like this could possibly be a double bruiser here for start slow then taper off if they want to go like a Malthael. Well, Malthael into Hanzo is not the best deal. Real big deal going for Zul'jin. Zul'jin should get some pretty consistent autos off on that frontline Diablo. Arlu going for Jaina. Interesting choice here. Start slow then taper off, really going to focus on that front line. They've got the Brightwing follow-up CC, Blaze stuns up front, Zul'jin and Jaina not diving at all, definitely going to be just wailing on that front line. So Diablo going to have to watch the positioning here. Even Hogger as well. Izo going for Raynor in the secondary damage position, and Aurum choosing Lucio. I like the Lucio here just to give those extra unstoppables to the front line. There's a lot of stuns, there's a lot of slows available for start slow then taper off here. So right now Xenochrist on the last pick. I think Muradin is probably the best call into double AA. I like Anubarak for locking up Lucio, but then you're against Hanzo and Raynor. Okay. So this is kind of a setup. Both teams are in a really good spot to just blow up the opposing tank. So this is really going to come down to Treywork and Xenochrist being very careful on the front lines here, because neither of them are going to be super durable versus the enemy comp. Alrighty. Loading for game one. Here we go. Game number one is underway here in this best of three. On the left in the blue, it is start slow, then taper off. Xenochrist on Anubarak, Arlu on Jaina, Fenrir playing the Brightwing, Zero Day Attack on Blaze, and we have Real Big Deal coming in on the Zul'jin. On the right in the red, Reset City, Izo on the Raynor, Aurum playing the Lucio, Treywork on Diablo, Easy K on Hanzo, and it is Valkyrie on the Hogger. Game number one is underway. Checking on our level 1 talents. We've got the Fingers of Frost Globe quest here for Jaina. Baseline auto attack stacks here for Zul'jin. Hanzo going for the Scatter Arrow quest, as is pretty standard here on Battlefield of Eternity. Diablo still holding that level 1. Let's see what the ultimate choice is going to be here for Treywork. 6 stacks here for Hanzo so far, as the Soul Shield is what's ultimately locked in for Treywork. Very understandable versus the Jaina. Xenochrist on the edge here is going to find Diablo. Real big deal, getting some axes thrown into that front line. Nice job by Xenochrist in not committing both abilities immediately there. So follow-up could be had. Raynor heading on up to the top lane, going to try to sneak this camp. This was a move I definitely did a lot on Raynor when I was starting out here in NGS. Just sneaking around this back line, staying away. But it looks like Start Slow then Taper Off have sniffed it out and realized they're in a 4v3 situation. And they're just going to come on down here and grab this camp. Xenochrist, though, may have gone in a little bit too far. Great body blocking by Treywork. Fenrir barely getting there in time, but does get the save. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Izo with that Executioner, or Exterminator, I should say, picking up that camp easy peasy. Push continues here on the bottom side. Still have a couple waves to go before the back Shaman camp becomes a priority. Looks like Raynor going to come on down to join the team for the moment. Won't start on that Shaman camp immediately. 0-day attack, taking some hits here from the collapsing wave, but does manage to clear basically this entire camp. A little bit light on resources, though. Gotta watch out. Valkyrie gonna spin forward, and that is it for Blaze. Miscalculated by 0-day attack. Good punish from Valkyrie. Blaze will be up in time for the next objective. I would love to see someone go up and catch this experience in the top lane, and it looks like Arlu will do just that. Grabbing some of those dilapidated globes and getting the rest of this juicy wave. Good delay there from the side of Reset City, as Aurum getting hit, but getting behind the wall. Blaze now back on the battlefield as the Immortals are spawning on in. Checking on our level 1, 5 globes here for Jaina, 6 stacks out of 30 for Zul'jin. Some great auto attack stacking so far. Hanzo on 7 stacks as Treywork taking some hits there. Real Big Dill is just going to step up and start wailing on this fort. Checking on Arlu on the top side here, trying to defend solo, but may have bit off a little more than they could chew. Jaina goes down. The rest of the team trying to focus this fort, but it's starting to be flanked. Good peels there by Xenochrist. Nubrak probably going to go down for this. Ooh, 0-day attack with a nice stun, but flipped right back into trouble. There's Fenrir with some healing. Wow, great peels, great heals. From start slow, then taper off, and they do get this bottom fort with the help of this camp. Great work. Frontliners watching the flanks here. Izo stepping up. Uh-oh. May have gone a little too far. They do a split engage, though. Stunning Diablo and Raynor. So both will get away. Zul'jin on the top side working on this objective as the rest of Start Slow Then Taper Off sets up for a defense. Moving in on Treywork, 0-day attack, nice stun onto 2. Jaina with a great follow-up damage. Treywork is taken down. And there's that frontline threat that Start Slow Then Taper Off drafted for. Pretty even on the damage here. We'll see who comes out ahead. Another aggressive move forward from Start Slow Then Taper Off as they move after Izo. Great follow-up stun, 0-day attack. He is there, and Raynor no longer is. A little bit of poke damage here from EZK, but on the left side, Zul'jin playing with fire there, trusting they can dodge those stuns, and they do. Blue Immortal going to be moving through the top lane for our first objective phase. Arlu and Xenochrist, they're here for Valkyrie. Nice stun. Double stun is there. Can Polymorph get there in time? It can. Is there enough damage, though? Ooh, just barely does Hogger escape. Blaze going to push the bottom lane. There's a catapult there pushing with the wave. So might be able to get some damage in unless Hogger clears it out. Wall will fall. Izo, uh-oh, is going to be caught by the stun on the Immortal. Great timing from Xenochrist to pick up that kill onto Raynor. Next fort goes down. A little bit of health left, but not a whole lot on this Immortal. They'll take a swing or two at the wall and perish. Laying it on thick here. Start slow, then taper off. A really, really strong start here on Battlefield of Eternity. Gonna move up. Well, looks like they're gonna bait this camp. See they're not being followed, so they just go ahead and rip it. On the bottom side, Blaze managed to warp out to safety. Valkyrie just checking these edges. But it'll be a simple camp trade here. Level 10s are here for start slow, then taper off. We're looking at the Emerald Wind, Taz Dingo, Cocoon, Bunker, and Water Elemental. Using that 10 advantage to just surge forward and say thank you very much, and we will take that Shaman Camp. For a little double stack in the top lane. Xenochrist and Zero Day Attack. We're looking for a reckless rotation. Didn't wait long enough to see Diablo, though. On the top side, as 5 here. Reset City, clearing away this wave as quickly as they can. There'll be another Shaman Camp on the way here for start slow, then taper off. But they can't get the next fight just yet, as level 10s are about to be achieved by a Reset City. Looking to see what those 10s end up being, and there they are. Trey work up front. Xenochrist gonna go for the stun. There's the follow-up. Dragon Arrow is gonna stun onto the back, though, and Lucio saves with the high 5. Raynor broken out of the cocoon. Trey work with that soul shield. Is it going to be enough armor for the escape? The slows from the water elemental too strong, and Diablo will fall with 84 souls. Valkyrie stunned on the edge there. Tries to shockwave, but is polymorphed in the middle of it. That's another pick for start slow, then taper off. Still looking super strong here in the mid game. Reset City with those level 10s. You saw that high 5. We've got Apocalypse, Dragon Arrow, Banshee, and Shockwave. So we're looking at a possible very healthy Immortal here for start slow, then taper off. Aggressively moving up. Real big dills. Pretty light on health there. Gotta watch out. The Scatter Arrow nearly connecting. Objective is claimed. Emerald Wind hits. There's a great follow-up stun onto the front line by Hogger, and Brightwing will be caught. Zero Day Attack. Trying to use that movement speed from the Adrenal Stim Pack to move out. Full Shield Immortal. Oh, great stun from EZK onto 2. There's Trey work over the wall, and Zero Day Attack will be going down. Nice chase through by Reset City, but now they've got to deal with a Full Shield Immortal in here in the bottom lane. Brightwing is now back. Looks like start slow, then taper off. They're going to move up to the top side here. Uh-oh, Valkyrie is a little bit low on resources. Ended the spin right in the grips of start slow, then taper off. Unfortunate there. That means top keep is going to be in some trouble. Immortal is now starting to go down. Will fall there in the bottom lane. Here comes Trey working Aurum to try to defend. Xenochrist stun onto the front once again. Blaze not with the team, though, has got out of the Hall of Storms and is going to push up the bottom lane for just a moment. Doesn't want to step too far out, though, and offer pick and catch-up experience. Will mount up and start to move away. Oh, Lucio is in range, is going to dismount. Zero Day Attack going to be interrupted as well. Trey work. Ooh, the movement speed from the Adrenal Stim Pack is enough to get Blaze away from the speeding Diablo. And that distraction is going to be enough for start slow, then taper off to pick up this keep. I think, maybe, sort of. Xenochrist wants it. There we go. Dragon Arrow and Shockwave did miss there. Xenochrist, out of movement speed, is taking a lot of hits from Raynor. Nice Emerald Wind there. Real Big Dill runs down Lucio. A great counter turn. Now they've got Trey work slowed by the Water Elemental. Real Big Dill trying to get those stunner steps to stay in range. Ezo on the low side gets away from the first stun, but not the second. Trey work being chased by the axes as well. It's a triple kill for start slow, then taper off. They're up 3 levels currently. Death timers are still very low, though. Valkyrie taken out. The staggers are crazy here. They've got a little bit of a wave going. They're thinking about moving out on and taking out this bottom keep. They're a little bit split, though. Real Big Dill and Fenrir are cut off. But with the level advantage, they feel like they can just hang out. Unkillable is used after Fenrir comes on in. Raynor's Raider is taken out, and the last keep will fall. Start slow, then taper off. Have absolutely not let off the gas this whole game. Zero Day Attack moves in. Apocalypse going to get a stun into the backline as well as the Dragon Arrow. Xenochrist can't get the hit, but gets the second stun. Great polymorph, and Diablo goes down. They're just going to keep on stepping up and keep on fighting. Izo caught there by the extended attack range of Zul'jin. It's another double kill. Real Big Deal just wants to keep on fighting. Going after Easy K, didn't get the revolving axe there. Uh-oh. Ooh, one axe away from death, but now the core is starting to take damage. Zul'jin light on health, but has the very quick attack speed. Trying to get in range of the core here. Lucio goes down. They're just going to set up and take down the Hogger. The bloodbath continues as Easy K chased out. Now Trey work is being focused. The core down past 30%. Diablo is going to fall. Real Big Deal will be taken out in trade, but now the core just too low. Start slow, then taper off. A very strong start. We'll go up 1-0 in this series. GG. Wow, very nice coordination there. Reset City looking like they got caught a little bit off guard by the pace, but we'll see if they can turn that around in game number 2 and try to even up the score. Let's go to the post game. Checking out the statistics here. Real Big Deal on the Zul'jin. Top hero damage for start slow then taper off, 46,500 there. Easy K on the Hanzo, a little over 33,000 hero damage for Reset City. Take a look at the talents and we'll get ready for game number 2. Alrighty. We are going to Garden of Terror here for game number 2, as it's chosen once again by Start Slow Then Taper Off. Draft is up. Let's go in there. Here we go. Brightwing going to be the opening band here for Reset City. Fearing the Pixie Dragon, as one should. Garden of Terror. Gotta watch for your bruisers, watch for your wave clear. Probably going to be some Sylvanas priority. Blaze Hogger probably coming through again. Garden of Terror, I like to run a double bruiser comp. I feel like it's the map for it. You go with a hyper carry Vala, you go for a Hanzo, Sylvanas, something that can just bring enough backline damage to make up for the slightly lower damage of the bruisers, and then you just power on through with the camps, with the side clear, and with the objectives. That's the way I like to play the map. Everyone's got their own opinion. Nothing but healer bans here off the top. Lucio gone, Stukov gone. Will we see the Anduin ban? The Rhaegar ban? No, just going to be a Vala ban. Understandable, I guess. And this spot, I'm probably first picking Rhaegar. Unless there's something else in my scouting report that I really want to take away. Horum wants Anduin. Interesting. Must not be a Rhaegar player. So if I'm Start Slow Then Taper Off here, honestly, I'm just taking Blaze and Hogger together. If that's their playstyle, I feel like that's a big power play here. You kind of leave your, you leave your off lane till later because you feel like you're going to get one or the other, when it's totally valid to just take them both. I'm going to opt for Johanna Rhaegar, though. Often banned. Rhaegar definitely one that they'd want to pick up early, unless they decided that they want something a little more offbeat. On Garden of Terror, I kind of like Deckard, though. There's a lot of area control to be had. A lot of fighting for space that Deckard can really help out with. Valkyrie opting for Dahaka here, and Izo goes for Greymane. Greymane definitely one of the stronger ranged assassins for clearing away camps and chewing on structures. Start Slow Then Taper Off, looking at Anduin, Dahaka, Greymane here. Might be thinking about a Diablo ban. Might be thinking about, I'd probably ban Diablo and take Sylvanas. Or you could ban a Nubarak. They're going to ban Muradin. So the main thing that I feel like would be super strong here for Reset City is if they go Anubarak Sylvanas. Then they've got Anubarak Sylvanas Greymane, which is probably one of the highest damage trios possible for just showing up in a lane and destroying a structure. Reset City. You see Johanna Rhaegar, they're going to get rid of Zul'jin, try to throw a real big deal off the beaten path here. I feel like you've got to take Sylvanas if you're confident in playing it. Yeah, there we go. Real big deal locks into Sylvanas. Fenrir going for the Orphea. Okay. Orphea pretty good at extended fights. Lots of low cooldowns that you can spam out. Zeratul, the choice here for EZK, and Treywork does pick up that Diablo. Good dueling potential, good pick potential between those two. Zeratul, a bit of a late game hero in terms of scaling. Garden of Terror can go late as long as you can defend that first big push from the objective phase. 0-day attack is pretty much their pick of any bruiser they would like. Let's see what the choice is going to be. Going to be some Yrel coming on through for start slow, then taper off. Interesting to see the Yrel alongside the Orphea. I figured there would be one to keep people still, like a Leoric or a Blaze. Overall, it's not terrible. I mean, Orphea's got a wide enough hitbox on stuff that a little displacement here and there isn't a huge deal. When you pair it with a Li Ming, it's a little bit worse. Alright, drafts are in. Here we go. Game number 2 underway here in this best of 3. On the left in the blue, looking to lock up the series. Start slow, then taper off. Harlu on Rhaegar, 0-day attack on the Yrel. Real Big Dill playing Sylvanas. Xenochrist on the Johanna. And Fenrir is playing Orphea. On the right in the red, Reset City. EZK on the Zeratul. Ezo playing the Raynor? No, Greymane. Treywork on Diablo. Valkyrie on the Dahaka. And it is Aurum playing Anduin. I was looking at the Greymane skin, I was just like, I don't remember Raynor getting picked again. 0-day attack. Gonna get the scout there on the top side. Xenochrist gathers up 2. Nice jump in there. Valkyrie taking some hits. Has to dig underground to avoid the extra damage. Once again, start slow then taper off. Looking very strong in the early game. Well, based on the drafts, they definitely should be flexing their early game power. Bottom lane to be cleared away as all the camps are due to come up in about 10 seconds here. Treywork does get the flip onto Real Big Dill. Sylvanas gets rooted there. Great shot by Aurum, and that is first kill for Reset City. The top lane here, Dahaka and Yrel continue to battle it out. Dahaka taking some big hits there. Sometimes you got, sometimes you don't respect just the pure auto attack damage of Yrel. It's nothing to take lightly. Team S4 here for start slow then taper off doing their side camp as 3 members of Reset City do their own here on the bottom right. Bruiser camp is taken. Greymane gonna solo this siege camp on the top right. Once again, checking in on our off-lane matchup. Rhaegar doing a solo camp as well here for start slow then taper off. These camps clash in the bottom lane. Greymane gonna finish up a little bit faster than Rhaegar here.
But which of you will gather them first?
First seed getting ready to spawn on the bottom right. Greymane trying to do this camp solo, a little bit light on health here. Valkyrie gonna have to come on down and help out. Greymane, well, you better watch out, buddy. Aurum has to come through with the save, just barely there.
Gather it, would you? I would so hate for you to not be the first to harvest enough.
First seed point is underway. Xenochrist gonna try to finish this channel here. Easy K. Ooh, Aurum gonna be the one interrupting here. Dahaka digging in. Gets the drag in time, but was interrupted there by Yrel. Arlu trying for a channel once again here as Easy K steps up. Trey work into the front line there. Gonna go back onto Sylvanas. Arlu trying to move away. Big collapse here. That is Sylvanas and Rhaegar both down. Zero Day Attack trying to step up, but Trey work just regenning too much. Good pin there onto Yrel. Zero Day Attack flipped over. Is there jump timing? No. Yrel will fall as well. That is a triple kill for Reset City. First seed point goes over to them. Up a full level here in the early going. Reset City, not what I was expecting out of this squad. I was thinking maybe a little jump at level 10. It's really 13 and 16 before they become a big threat. But right now, 4 kills to nothing. Very good for them. Valkyrie with a fantastic drag there on the bottom side to stop the dashing Orphea from escaping. Start slow, then taper off, reeling a little bit here. They're the ones who set the crazy pace in game number 1, and now Reset City is definitely matching that. See, Johanna's actually finished that Subdue quest on level 4, so now has the 80% slow regardless, even on single targets. Easy K taking some hits there, has one more blink to get away. Aurum, though, not looking like they're going to be so lucky. Anduin goes down. Izo, uh-oh, tried to roll away but didn't get far enough. There goes Greymane. Start slow, then taper off. Starting to turn it on here as we approach level 10. Real Big Deal pops the trait. Shut down this fort, get some extra damage. Trey work with a nice reposition. Valkyrie coming on through, but haunting wave from Sylvanas cannot be caught. One curse point here for start slow, then taper off. Still a little bit behind in experience here as we check things out. Hero kills, slightly ahead in minion experience as well is Reset City as they approach level 10s. Both teams just going ahead and picking up those camps that they did not grab before the last objective. Pretty close to level 10s for both sides, but Reset City will get there first. We've got Might of the Nerazim, Isolation, Lightning Breath, Light Bomb. Greymane still considering the choice here. Greymane picking up the cocktail talent here at level 7. Needs 15 splashes of that elixir to get that extra talent ability here. Reduces the cooldown by 3 seconds when you get that. Looks like Cursed Bullet was the choice here for Greymane.
Don't fret about the shamblers. They don't feel it.
Going for a little bit more of a ranged build. Starts slow, then taper off, moves on up, gets a double stun onto the back line. Wine Control hits as well for good measure. Trading out, though, for Real Big Deal. Izo caught there and taken out. 2 for 1 for start slow, then taper off. And that very quick engagement over this curse, over this seed point, I should say. They're stepping up there, getting the interrupt, but may have gone a little bit too far. Gets the silence onto the back, but will pay for it. Another staggered kill for start slow, then taper off, and they're going to be 2-1 on these objective points. Mid lane taking a little bit of damage there is Arlu. Not really respecting Easy K there. Arlu wants to keep on going. Easy K nearly got caught there. Light Bomb into the back, gonna get the quick stun onto Rhaegar. Moving ahead is Trey work. Nice blink through. There goes Rhaegar. Will there be a retaliation kill here? Looks like no. Valkyrie avoids the Shadow Waltz. Next seed getting ready to spawn on the top side of the map.
I trust you know what to do,
Start
heroes.
slow, then taper off, considering this to be the better use of their time for the moment. 0-day attack, trying to deal with a minion collapse here. Very even here in game number 2. Momentum does keep switching. We're very even on levels, pretty even on kills. No one's taken down a structure just yet. It looks like we're about to go 2-2 on these cursed points. A start slow, then taper off. Going to use this camp to try to take out the bottom lane. They've got a brief 13-12 advantage. They want to try to jump on this team fight. Black Arrow shuts off the fort. Trey work stepping up pretty aggressively there as the rest of the team looking to follow. Urel showing in the top lane will not be able to join. We'll see if Dahaka is going to dig down to this fight. Mind control onto the front. Trey work. Not super worried about it. Just going to walk away. Midwave collapsing a little bit, but Xenochrist not going to let that go to waste.
A seed is sprouting.
We're on the 5th seed point. Whoever gets this gets the Garden Terrors. Trey work going way in there. Easy K double blink gets a triple stun into the back. Fenrir low. Real big deal. Warps away, but there's the chase from Easy K. Sylvanas goes down. Arlu gonna battle it out with Easy K here. Gets the blink over. Xenochrist gathers them up. Fenrir needs one Shadow Waltz. Oh, but a little bit late. Orym got the heal in time. Still battling in a little, sort of a 3v4 right now as Urel continuing to side soak for the moment. Arlu, self-ancestral is in time. Good peels from Johanna as well, but Xenochrist is basically out of mana right now. Start slow, then taper off. Cannot contest. 0-day attack. Had to get the knockback on the others. Could not interrupt the objective. The Garden Terrors are on the way. Orphea on the low side trying to clear away this monstrosity. Go big deal. Arlu focusing on that plant to make sure the cannons are firing. It's going to be their highest source of damage on this objective. Xenochrist in the edge here. Gathers up Ezo. Nice job. Didn't need to commit the ult. Actually did commit the ult there. I digress. Looked like they didn't need to commit the ult. But they do get the kill. Gonna try to step up and take down this mid fort now that they've got the player advantage. Should be no problem. They will have 16s as well. Easy K in the bottom lane knows that they have all the tools they need to escape any side pressure. Looks like Camp Invade going to be the choice. For start slow, then taper off. Urel seeing 2 on the top lane. They realize this is safe to go. Easy K scouts it, but not a whole lot they can do about it. Easy K getting away. Oh, is actually found there by the lightning shield. Black Arrow's working on the bottom lane now. Not really respecting the push power of Rhaegar and Sylvanas, and it looks like they're going to take out most, if not all, of this wall. There it is. Didn't take that long at all. Blink forward and will not connect as the Might of the Banshee Queen was activated anyway. Xenochrist couldn't turn it around. Mind control went out a little bit early there. Trey work. Gathered up. Valkyrie coming on down. Nice silence onto Orphea. Is there enough damage to follow it up? Drag connects. There's the Ancestral. The root does land, though. Orphea looking for any way out. Bit of self-healing, but it won't be enough. Xenochrist goes in there to try to help get the save, but will be just chain CC'd as well. Double kill for Reset City. And they're going to go on their own Camp Steel tour here on the bottom left. Next seed is ready to be gathered. Still 3 more required for Reset City, but just 1 left for the members of start slow, then taper off. Siege Giants doing some work in the top lane, but it looks like they'll be cleared away in time. I hope. There we go. Another seed point goes over to Reset City. EZK coming across, finds 2 here on this camp. Will be popped out of stealth, knocked back there by 0 Day Attack, but still has a jump to move out. Rel really wanting that kill onto Zeratul, but not going to find it. Valkyrie Drag does not connect. Exceed getting ready to spawn here on the bottom side. Can start slow, then taper off, get their first Garden Terrors of the game. Should be noted that while the Garden Terrors were claimed by the red team in the early going, still with all forts standing, a start slow, then taper off. 0 Day Attack is going to go fishing here. You don't find anybody on a sloppy rotation. Trey work trying to reposition in the front line. EZK double stun onto the back. Nice cleanse though. Mind control lands. And Zeratul goes down. That is a tricky cast. Nicely done there by Sylvanas. Valkyrie goes down, is regenerating a lot of health here as Izo goes in looking for Sylvanas. Tries to warp away, does so effectively, and gets out alive. Orphea, meanwhile, taken out. Left behind in that scuffle. Nice knockback jump combo from Urel. That is a 2-for-1 so far. Izo wanted that kill onto the back line. A little bit of a split focus right now. Aurum chomped and removed. There goes Greymane as well. It's a 4-for-1. And now the objective will march for the blue team. Nearly level 20 online as the Garden Terrors advance. Treywork trying to clear this bulb. But against Sylvanas, real big deal, it's just going to shut down the fort anyway. Does the objective give vision while spawning? I think so, if I recall correctly, because I think Deathwing can solo interrupt it. Mind Control lands onto Diablo. Treywork possibly in some trouble here. Knocks back into the core. Horse actually starting to take some hits here. We've got quite the lane collapse going on. Catapults and Siege Giants. More shielding is down. Real Big Dill is healed up. Core past 60%. Level 20 advantage as well. 0 Day Attack moves in and looks like there's just too much damage to deal with. Start slow, then taper off. Looking fantastic here. We'll get the 2-0 victory. GG. Very nicely played. Reset City. They came to play this series looking pretty good there in the mid game, but the push power just too strong from start slow, then taper off, and they will pick up the 2-0 series victory. Let's update the scoreboard, check out the post game, and we'll see if we can get ourselves an interview with our winning team. Checking out the statistics here. Fenrir on the Orphea, nearly 47,000 hero damage for start slow, then taper off. Treywork on the Diablo, actually getting ahead of Zeratul there in a fairly short Garden of Terror matchup. Nearly 40,000 damage from the Lord of Terror. On a 0 death performance as well, Treywork putting in some serious work. We'll go to the talents, and then we'll see if we can find an interview with our victorious squad. Alrighty. Alright, 0 Day Attack. Thank you very much for coming on by. Congrats on the 2-0.
Thank you.
Looking very strong out there. I believe I remember you were playing in Nexomania over the summer. Do you feel like you're sort of coming through in mid-season form right now?
Yeah, I mean, it's luckily the way Nexomania and NGS kind of line up, it doesn't feel like there's really ever much a break. It's just constant games, and sometimes they overlap a little bit. So I don't feel like we have to shake off too much rust from the off season, you know.
Hmm. Were you able to keep the same roster coming in, or were there some switches you had to make for this NGS season?
Yep, actually, we've had the same rosters all 3 seasons ever since we've been together. Actually.
Wow, tremendous. That's pretty rare for teams. Usually there's a little bit of turnover season over season, but considering that you guys have been together for as long as you have, do you feel like you're at a point as a team right now where you're starting to sort of explore and move outside your comfort zone, or do you feel like you're still honing in on your strengths as a squad right now?
Oh, I think we've definitely started to branch out a little bit. I mean, we used to have just the same kind of typical drafts every week, and teams figured that out pretty quick, and they learned how to draft against us. But now that we know each other's play styles and kind of what we're going to do next, and we're getting some more synergies down, we're branching out and getting some new heroes into our pools, and it's I think it's definitely paying off as we're moving up here.
That's pretty cool. Are there any heroes personally that are sort of on your list as ones to learn?
Well, I guess not really one to learn for me, but when I want to get in is Rexar. He's always fun to play, and I know my team doesn't like him, but I guess one I need to learn is Leoric. He's kind of one of my worst ones, but I know he's one of the meta offlaners I need to bring in.
Well, Rexar, there are some infamous Rexar players here in NGS that play it pretty much regardless of map or situation. So, I mean, if you feel like you've got the skills, it's definitely one you can bust out.
Yeah, I said, oh, he's a lot of fun, and I like you said, I think he actually works in more situations than people give him credit for.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, tell me a little bit about the matchup here with Reset City. Is this a team that you've gone up against a significant number of times? Is this a squad that you're familiar with?
We scrimmed against them a few months ago. I think we've scrimmed against them 2 or 3 times. I believe they've gotten new members since then though as well. So it it's not the exact same. So it's scouting was a little more difficult this time, but
Mm.
they were still a good team both times, and I'm glad that we were able to come out on top today.
Looking very strong for sure. Are there any other matchups in the division that you're really looking forward to? Any other friends or rivalries here in B East?
Yeah, I gotta say, one team I always look forward to playing against is ICC TBD. We've been playing against each other for a long time. We played each other in the Division C Grand Finals last season, and they used to be a scrim partner with ours. We used to scrim quite pretty often. So, and then actually one of the members on their team used to be on our team for RCL. So it's always fun to play against them.
It's fantastic to hear. We'll be looking forward to that. All right. Well, congrats on the 2-0. Thanks so much for visiting with me today. Are there any shout outs you'd like to make before we close out here?
Well, first of all, shout out to you. Thank you for casting us tonight. It's always nice to have somebody cast our matches. Um, Shout out to both teams. I think both teams played great. That second game was a really close one. I feel like it was definitely could have been anybody's game there. Krush, shout out to my guys. They did really great tonight. I think we really came together as a team tonight and played well.
Looking great for sure. All right. 0 Day Attack. Once again, thanks for coming on by. Good luck on the win and good luck going forward.
All right, thank you.
Have a good one.
You too.
All righty.